So let's get started with 1.1. So 1.1 goes over programming in Java. Why we program in Java. So Java is an object-oriented programming language. It's a high-level programming language, so we can do a lot of stuff with it. We use programming languages for functional purposes, and it being object-oriented means we can make objects, and objects are the superior class. I just highlighted that in Java. And here I have class main. Main is my file name, and I have the main class. So my file is kind of like a class. And then here inside my public static void main method, this is the main method we're going to write our codes in. So if we're going to print something out, we do system.out.println. We're going to do it in our main method. So to print something out, we do system.out.println, then a pair of parentheses. And if we want to print out a string, which is basically words and stuff, we put them inside double quotes. And we could say hello world, very generic thing to print out. So we're going to put hello world, and then we're going to end that statement with a pair of semicolons. And then I'm going to run my code, and it's going to print out with a print line hello world. Now we can also remove the ln and just do print. So we can do system.out.print. And since we only have one line of these, the output is still going to be the same. It's still going to be hello world. There we go. Now, what if I want to print another line that says something else? We're going to do system.out.print, and I want to print goodbye world. And I run this. Now, two print statements is going to not start a new line yet. Oh, getting an error because I forgot my semicolon. And I've been programming Java for over a year, and I still forgot the semicolon. So yeah, now print does not make a new line. As you can see here, it says hello world, goodbye world without a new line. How do we do this? Well, one way you could do it is in your first line, you see system.out.print. You can end it with a / and an n right after that. So when we run this again, it's going to start on a new line. Hello world, goodbye world. We could also do this at the beginning of our print line. Our second one, we could do / and goodbye world. And we want to keep the G connected to the N because it's case sensitive. So if we had a space there, it will put a space in our output. So yeah, that's one way we can do it. Another way we could do it is, of course, make these both print line statements, because a print line statement ends the line you are currently on. So the first line is going to be ended with our first statement, and it's going to form the second line. And then our second print is going to end the second line and form the third line. So when we print this out, it's going to do system.out.println hello world, start the new line, goodbye world, end the line you're currently on. Because as you can see here, I can put input on the next line. So I'm going to clear that. Very, very cool. Now, what if we did a print statement and then a print line statement? So we're going to do system.out.print, system.out.println. And when we run this, print line ends the line you're currently on. So it's still going to stay on the first line because it's going to end it for the next print statement. So if we do system.out, if I can type .print again, I'll just print world. It's going to start the next line because the first print line statement ends the line you are currently on. So we can see here we have two lines of code. And if I do another print line statement, is it going to start a new line, or are we going to continue on line 2? We are going to continue on line 2. As you can see here, I forget the semicolon. Oh my gosh. Here we go. So when we do this, it's going to still have two lines. We can make this third line print line, and that's going to make a whole other line because it's going to end the line we are currently on and start a new one for world again. So here we have 3 lines, and we've wanted all of these on individual lines. We could just do system.out.println for all of these, and we're going to have 4 lines if we do it that way. Very, very cool. And if you're still having kind of trouble with this, mess around a little bit and kind of type them around. And I'm actually going to put up a sample code, and I want you to determine how many lines it's going to print out. Okay, so here are some lines of code, and I want you to figure out how many lines is going to be printed out. So let's pause the video. I'm about to run my code, and just kind of estimate how many lines are going to be printed out, or figure it out. So we're going to run our code, and it's going to print out 4 lines, because we have 3 different print line statements. However, it's going to end the line once, end the line twice, end the line 3 times, and since we have a print statement after the third line is ending, it's going to start the 4th line. Now we can print out other things besides strings. We can also print out numbers, and these are not going to be enclosed in double quotations. So if we wanted to print out a number like 123, all we got to do is put it into our parentheses 123, and it's going to print out 123 as an integer. We did 123.40. Let's do 123.5. How about that? So when we print out 123.5, what's going to happen? It is going to print out 123.5. We can also do math equations to print out. So we can do 120 times 3. Our times is going to be multiplication symbol. So 120 times 3, it's going to print out 360. I'm going to go into math a little bit more in Unit 1 as we go on. But I just wanted to show that. You can also print booleans, which are true and false. We can print out false, and it's just going to print out false if it ever loads. Right there, false. We could say it's also going to print out boolean if we do 1 is not equal to 2. And you'll get into these, of course, later. But if you just want to see them, it's going to say 1 is not equal to 2. So it's going to print out true because 1 is not equal to 2. Kind of rhymes a little. So yeah, it's going to print out true there. So yeah, those are some things you can print out, and that ends 1.1. And that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. It's free. It really does help me out. In the description down below, I have some AP Computer Science MCQs and FRQ helps that I think you'll find very beneficial for this unit. I'll see you guys in the next video. I do have more videos, of course. Adios.